All right, y'all. I don't got no name. I want y'all to know that first of all. But since we live in this physical world where you have to give labels and definitions to things and names, they call me Chris. All right, it's Chris Awkward, also known as Young Skywalker. You know, 333. Everything is everything, Mr. Chosen One. Okay, I am you. Okay, I'm a reflection of you, right? So we reporting live from the cosmos, and we got a guest appearance in here. We got Mike. Nah, that was just a we got brother Mike in here, right? Now I just want to let y'all know that this man put me on at everything. Period. Like, this dude is damn near my father, right? The dude put me on the sex, sexuality, energy, spirituality, business. And we could just leave it there, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, this is my brother, y'all. So I just want to talk to him about a few things. And one of the things I want to talk to him about is like, for example, I'm a big fan of Young Pharaoh, Nature Boy, anybody out here that's talking about like spiritual shit, right? And I seen a video actually of Cy Netter and Brother Polite. They was talking to Nature Boy. And one thing that I understand, like Cy Netter and Brother Polite, they said something like this. They was like, bet no man better ever say I got a beautiful smile or I got a beautiful mind. And I was like, okay, I get where you coming from. That's gay. That sounds gay. It's homo. It's all those things. But me, I just was kicking it with two of my closest friends last night. And I told all them dudes that y'all beautiful. Y'all beautiful spirits. Like, my heart is yours. Like, you have my heart. And I also told my closest friends that I'm married to y'all. Like this is a marriage. And sex is sacred energy exchange, right? Everything is a relationship. Like in a life, essentially is a relationship. Everything is a relationship, right? So I want to just talk to men and not just brother Mike about their perception on hugs and and just the whole perception of touch. You know what I'm saying? Because men are quick to say a man looks ugly, but when you put them in a predicament, be like, yo, so this dude look cute. They quiet. So you could call somebody ugly, but you can't call somebody non-ugly. You can't say a man is has good features in his face. You can't say a man looks nice. You can't say a man has an attractive smile. We got to understand this whole universe is attractive, but men can't tell another man like, yo, I'm attracted to you. Men just can't do that because that just instantly makes you gay. Yo, bro, like I don't care how you perceive it, but like, yo, I'm attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm attracted to your energy. I'm attracted to what you represent. I'm attracted to your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like I know for a fact that you my spirit brother, and I know we chose to come here for the most part predominantly the same reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I'm attracted to that. You know what I'm saying? Outside the physical universe, when you just and non-physical bodies, spirits come together with the same intention, the same vibration that they're on. They're on a certain frequency. The frequency might be bringing love to the earth plane. So then you get people like Abraham Hicks. Abraham Hicks is a collection of spirits with this same intention. That's marriage. Life is a relationship, and that's attraction. So with that being said, talking to all men, like, what's your thoughts on physical touch with another man? You know what I'm saying? You got your friends, you got your day one, your A1, all that, you got the motherfuckers that you fuck with. They your family. What's your thoughts on giving a hug, bro?
Uh, man,
Solely through the realm of men. Don't think about women.
no. I would say so. I'll put it this way. I look at it strictly from a non-spiritual perspective, right? I mean, ultimately everything is spiritual, but let's not go that deep. It's like saying everything is science because everything is made up of shit that science talks about. You know what I mean? So with that being said, a hug is a hug, man. I think it's the intention behind a hug. Like, but in general, a hug is a hug. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of how I look at it. Like, you know,
So like, when you think about hugs and men, like, do you be like gay?
nah, I feel like a hug with a dude is gay if the dude is doing it with the intention of something gay behind it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if I give like water, right? If I give you a glass of water, okay. If I give you a glass of water, I could be quenching your thirst because you might be thirsty. If I give you a glass of water, I could be trying to kill you because you just drank 3 gallons of water. You drank too much water. It's the intention behind it. Like anything could be bad or detrimental or wrong or awkward or you know what I'm saying, funny style. Anything could be that.
So like, what's your thoughts on like why men like if I was to come up to like a brother, my brother or any brother, like yo bro, like can I get a hug?
Mm-hmm.
Like why do I feel like I run across like bro, like you do it too much or that's just weird. Like bro, like why you need to hug me? Like bro, we men, just slap me up and let's just keep it moving. Like why do I run across motherfuckers who be quick to call me gay because I'm physical?
Because it's kind of the standard for I think it's the standard of most. It's kind of the standard that men are raised by. Like you got to realize there's a lot of stuff behind it. Like I would say a few things I would ask you is in what communities.
Wow, that's a good question. Okay, with the black people, I always 90% of the time I run into something difficult.
Mm-hmm.
In a white community, motherfuckers be open arm, like, oh, come on, man, bring it in.
All right, so I will go deeper, and I would just say this, right? Is that you have to look at what the origin of that mindset went through to get to that point. You better toughen up because guess what? And this is another thing. Like not every black person went to slavery. That's another thing. But I'll use slavery as an example because it'll make more sense. All right, hug, man. I'm trying to teach you how to survive because this motherfucker right here, you don't know whether he's gonna feed you or kill you the next day. So hugging and all that shit, we ain't really got time for that. We need to man up and be strong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it wasn't so much like you have to realize when you grow up where you're constantly being hunted, it's not about me necessarily showing my son love and affection. It's about me teaching my son how to fucking survive and live. So if anybody think that they're gonna run up on you and do some foul shit that threaten your existence as a man, nah, just the energy you put off is gonna make that motherfucker think twice. And not every group of people has gone through that. And every group of people that has gone through that, a lot of it's either been erased from their genetic memory, or it's so far gone, and other situations of other groups of people have been put on such a, how can I put it, on such a in your face propagandic, just it's everywhere. Like certain oppression of certain groups of people, specifically black people, for example, that's like when you think of slave, that's what most people think of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't think of Jewish people. They don't think of any other group. They think of black people. So other groups of people have the benefit of seeing, like, it's like, okay, you might be hungry, but if you see a person in, Eastern Europe, and they ain't got shit and they starving, you might not feel as bad. Like I might be fucked up, but damn, I ain't fucked up. And that's kind of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Other people going to show affection because other people weren't going through, at least not as recent in their genetic memory back in their history, have not gone through that.
Word, I feel that. I like that, bro. I like that. So like with that being said, like white people definitely be more prone to give me a hug if I ask for it. Interestingly, although I believe that homosexuality exists in nature, homosexuality 9 times out of 10 definitely was coming from white motherfuckers. So I do find that to be interesting too when we talk about genetic memory and stuff like that. Like a white person might be more prone to those kind of actions if hugging men too much is like gay. That mean they would be more susceptible to just do this shit. That's interesting to me. And but white people definitely will be quick to give me a hug, and I like that. That's what's up, and I get it. But black people definitely got a lot of walls and barriers up, and that makes sense. Um, like just like, do you think men should tap more into like their femininity? Because I take it for me, bro. Like I love embodying my woman side, bro. I love embodying that female, them female qualities, bro.
I would ask you this: what do you feel?
What do I feel? Oh, I absolutely feel like men should start indulging into their feminine aspects, because everything is masculine and feminine. You know what I'm saying? Everything is broken up between those two particles, or those two you got the left hemisphere of the brain, I think that's masculine. And then the other side, the right hemisphere of the brain, is feminine. You know what I'm saying? Women got shapes, they curve, and men are more like a straight line. So I feel like, you can't be one-sided with your energy. You gotta be balanced. And I just I want the viewers to hear two men express their perspective on should men tap into their femininity. So yeah, just to further answer, like I definitely feel like men
I would say
should become more water and stop being so fiery all the time.
I would say that, and
like men aren't resilient. Men are like so defensive and warlike. Like you put me in this wall, we gotta fight.
So
I can't move. I'm not Mr. Fantastic. Like
I would say this.
Hulk.
So looking at it from more of an energy perspective, right, and kind of the nature of the structure, right? Like literally, when I say structure, I'm not talking about anything super. I'm talking about shit that you can see with your eyes. Structure, right? So men would like embody stability, firmness, solidness, unmovability, right? That's why men go by principle so much. Women would embody dance, movement, flow, water, like these different things, right? And you need both. Like the only way a man can be a man, like, and when I say a man, I'm not talking about the archetype of what the Western world, specifically the Black community, would consider being a man. I'm talking about a true, authentic, masculine power and presence. Is either ultimately it's going to be the same thing, either through being with a woman or doing the work on yourself and empowering yourself with a woman, which ultimately is both are going to end up being the same thing for most people. Like that's kind of what you're going to go through. But the reason why I say that is because if you move too much, I'm gonna start off with men. We're gonna do the opposite of tradition. Men first, and then we get on. So with that being said, I'm gonna go at the men first on this. Is that okay? The stagnation is associated with ultimately death. Okay. So you can be right, but not get the results you're looking for. You can be stuck in what you know and never evolve past that.
Write that down, people. Pause that. Write that down. Write both of them down.
Because ultimately, like it's kind of like if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So you want to stand for something. You want to be grounded in certain things. You want to have a basis of what you build upon, and make sure that basis is actually true. Because a lot of times people will, okay, I got to be tough. I got to be hard. Fuck everybody, da 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 da. Okay, you'll close yourself off from amazing relationships, amazing partnerships, amazing opportunities, because a person like, oh, this person's so standoffish. Well, let's just say, for a second, well, he's so worried about me thinking how he look, I might have asked him to be a model or something. You know what I'm saying? But he's so into like, motherfucker don't think I'm look good. I don't even want to offer this motherfucker the opportunity. Could have changed your life. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk to this person because he seemed like a good worker, a hard worker. I want to make him a manager, but he's so into him being right that he wouldn't be able to be a fair judge of character. You know what I'm saying? I can acknowledge that he's a hard worker. He's got firm principles. He's masculine in that nature. He's unmovable in that nature. He's willing to work.
Mm-hmm.
But it's his way or no way. And I can't make a person a manager that can't be decisive between two other people's opinions. He can only see it his way. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would say being masculine, right? The feminine part comes in is that, okay, you can be too emotional. Like emotion, like dance, right? You could the swaying back and forth, the zest for life, the appreciation of the finer things, the wanting to improve. They say the one thing you would hear a lot of people say about men is that a man really want to improve himself as I'm paraphrasing. A man really want to improve himself as much until he has a woman in his life. That's when the motherfucker get up, kind of pep himself up a little bit, want to look a little bit better, want to smell a little bit nicer, get to smell good and cologne. Motherfucker might buy some dollar store soap and wash his ass if you don't have a chick. You know what I'm saying? When you get a good woman, that's when he want to get the best smelling body washes, the best smelling colognes. He might not get that $10 bottle. He might get that $35, $50, $65 bottle of cologne. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing. I'm jumping all over the place. I'll jump in and say this. The first video asked me about my hair. You like freeform. You like, do you style your hair? Right? That's the first video I asked. I'll jump in. I'll say this is that this is the thing about life, right? Is that it's about intention and it's about really trying to balance yourself out. Like you asked me about styling my hair. No matter how organic and how free form or how whatever you go into a life is, there's a structure to everything, which means there's a process to everything. So you're not going to get away from processed food, processed everything. Your food has a process of growing, so it's processed by design. So interference is natural. It's just how perverted you get with that interference. So you can get so...
Yeah, go ahead. Incredible.
You know, so that's why I kind of, a lot of times, I'll listen to stuff and I'll listen to what people say. And one thing I started doing is instead of saying that I'm right, I'll ask another question. Tell me more about your perspective. Because I
want y'all to see the pound on that. That's nice.
And that's another part of being both masculine and being both feminine at the same time. Masculinity is standing on truth. How can you know what's true without testing it and questioning it?
Yeah. Oh, I question myself.
You know what I mean? So that's what I look at. And long story short, because I kind of went on a really long tangent to get back to the question, you need both of those because
we're enjoying it.
Just being yourself, just being stuck in your ways can keep you stuck where you're at. Being open to what everybody else says can keep you just afloat and never grounded in where you want to be. You'll be everywhere with no home. You'll be at home with nothing around it.
That's why I fuck with Abraham Hicks like so fucking much, bro. Like, like I was just talking to Walt, super genius, everybody. Super genius, just cooling. We representing, all right? 716. But I was just talking to Walt. SG Retro 91. What was we just talking about? What's the last thing you just said?
Growing. And like stagnation and being still and about you could have a home with nothing around it or be all over the place with no home because you just flow and you always flowing with nothing grounded.
Oh, yeah. Contrast. That's me and Walt was just talking about like how people gravitate to Abraham Hicks because Abraham Hicks is more softer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really think she that soft, although she'll even say it like softer, lighter. Like she's really just talking about the essence of things, like if you want to call it soft, call it soft. Some people call the primordial the crazy, the chaos, so it's like call it what you want. But he was saying that people will listen to Abraham Hicks because she's softer versus her brother Panic, who appears to be arrogant, rude, uncaring, thoughtless, bold, blah blah blah. And I just love I love everything you said, and I love the whole idea of contrast.
Fruits and vegetables, man. Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, fruits and vegetables. Like, yeah, I love the whole idea of contrast. Even my white friend that just walked into the room in this world that hate white people. I love white people, and you can take it how you want because that's just how energy work. Is always going to be something new coming into the picture, and I like contrast. I like variety. Fruits and vegetables. I love a colorful plate. You know what I'm saying? Not just green. Give me a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, and in different shades of green, and maybe even I don't know what's brown, but some brown. Put some brown on the plate. But I just like the whole idea of contrast, bro. How contrast is balance. Like, you need a little bit of negativity. You need a little bit of stagnation of knowing what you don't want so you can know what you want. You know what I'm saying? So you can go out there and then dance with life after you just was just sitting in the house all day, and then you just go move around. I love it, man. Contrast. And I feel like that's something that people really need to adapt into, like, they everyday living. That life is really about balance. You're always gonna have the good and the bad opposing forces, or let's be lighter, as Abraham Hicks would say. You'll always have the wanted and the unwanted. So if you just understand that simple truth, you'll stop hating, oh my God, bomb, or like, oh my, you know what I'm saying? It's balanced to everything.
I just want to jump in and say one thing too, is that a lot of motherfuckers, like, y'all really like to make shit complicated because it makes y'all feel like y'all know something. When if you really look at genius lies in simplicity. Like, everything you want to learn about everything is really simple. It's in front of your eyes. You look at it every day. It's just that we want to, I am the rising sun of the crescent moonlight of the fluorescent full moon. Like, bro, like, if you look at it, it's really simple, bro. Like, you got a right hand and you got a left hand. You got a dominant hand, you got a, you know what I'm saying? You got a support hand, you got a sword and a shield, so to speak. Most people are not ambidextrous. Most people have one or the other, right? So you're probably carrying something with one hand and the other hand is supporting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing that's kind of going to be with
masculine and femininity.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And even like looking at simple stuff, like when I was saying fruits and vegetables earlier, I was saying that for a reason. Like, it goes exactly into what he was talking about with Brother Panic and Abraham Hicks. People love fruit, but most people don't like vegetables. But you eat both. People don't like stuff that doesn't taste good. People don't like stuff that's boring. People don't like stuff that's not exciting. That's why people love debates, because it's two black dudes competing against each other, trying to destroy the other one. It's like a fucking soap opera. But you probably be better off not even watching the debate, sitting in a corner looking at the wall, meditating. Would probably be more beneficial to you. Like, going outside looking at the tree would probably give you more enlightenment than listening to motherfuckers argue about shit where they're not giving you no information. They're really just tearing each other down.
Yo, facts, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, look at a candle. You would probably get more from watching a candle flick back and forth or looking at the wind interacting with the fire, and that would give you more understanding about yourself. I'm not gonna tell you what that understanding would be, because I couldn't tell you in a moment. Do it for yourself and see what comes to your mind. How do you see wind and fire dancing with each other? It's not. The name of my YouTube channel is Simplistic Death. The reason why I call it Simplistic Death is because the deepest shit in life is simple. We make it complicated.
I never do that, y'all. We learned it.
We make shit complicated. We don't have to. You know what I mean? And a lot of it's programming. Like, perfect example. Like, when I was talking to Chris earlier, he's like, "Yo, I don't want to be around no heaters. I don't want to be around no nothing. I don't want to be around this." I was like, at first I was like, I don't know about that. Then I'm like, well, tell me more. Notice, I don't know if you remember. I was like, well, yo, why you feel that way?
Yeah.
And then
never come to conclusions, people. Never come to conclusions.
And that's what really gave me the thing about, like, no matter how far you run away from processes, everything in life has a structure. So everything in life is processed. So with that being said, you're never gonna even if you grow your food naturally, organic, the purest soil, the purest air quality, no pollutants, no contamination. Everything in nature is a process. Everything is processed. Your seeds are processed by the soil and the water to grow. It's just that we give processing a bad name.
Thought process,
perception process, all of that.
Yeah.
Because of how we go about implementing things that we really don't take the time to study, because we rather know than discover truth. We rather, instead of watching and observing nature, we want to say we know nature because we understand that a seed comes from the ground when you put dirt on it and water on it, instead of really observing it. If you look at martial arts, right? All these different crane style, praying mantis style, all these different styles came from observing. Everything that you have, everything that's taught came from somebody taking the time of not saying I know, but saying I want to learn. Everybody wants to be a master teacher. How many people want to be a master student? Because everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to be right.
Damn. Yo, people, I recommend, this is like one of the best things I feel like I could recommend for y'all. When y'all on Facebook, any media, social media, YouTube, it don't matter. Always have a pen and always have a notebook and write down the stuff that entices you. Because first of all, when you write it down, it's only going to stick to your mind and your subconscious mind even a whole lot more, and it's going to be in your memory, and you'll be able to access it a whole lot more when you actually write it down and go through the emotions, go through the physical act, and then go through actually reading it over and just seeing all the images. You know, these words are making an image. So, you know, a picture is better than 1,000 words. Although these are words, still an image. That's interesting. But, yo, always write down what you learning. Always write down what you learning. You know, and we live, so we ain't got no commercial breaks. You know what I'm saying? But Brandon Mike about to go in the bathroom and use the bathroom. So I'm about to play a little song for y'all real quick. Yo, and put the toilet seat down.
I'm trying to find where the license at.
Outside. Oh. It's out here. Okay.
Yeah. So, for all my people out there that's Infinite Water fans, while Mike go use the bathroom. I don't know why I keep calling him Brandon. We actually do be listening to Infinite Water's music. And we know the words. I'm just trying to find this dude's stuff. It's moments like this, people, if you ain't ever think about it, is when you turn the volume up. You turn the speed on your phone up to like 1.5 or 2 to get through the shit. Well, here we go.
You're not the only one. There are others all around the globe. People just like you, ready to stand up for change, building communities, creating a whole new world where alone one can feel abilities. They are worthy. They transcend the world. They live in a blind world all around. They separate, right? We're so and on.
Oh. People, world, let's make a change. Let's unite, let's be afraid. Let it shine. Heaven is a state of mind. Where's the love on this planet? I just don't understand it. Down. The gift is in the moment. But yo, man, for real, man, this energy stuff is serious, but I also want to just bring it back to like, so men in touch. Like, were you touched as a kid? by the women in your family? Like, did you have like a good relationship with the women in your family? And before you answer, that was a test. I worded that like, were you touched as a kid? I said that for a reason because I want us to take things that we hear every day, like molestation shit. Like, were you touched as a kid? I want us to take, you know how you have a perverted mind? You hear shit and it goes straight to perverted shit. You know what I'm saying? And you see shit and it goes straight to sex. So what I like doing, I like challenging myself and to say the everyday shit and don't have the natural reaction to it. For example, if I was to sneeze right now, I don't want you to say bless you. Like, don't say bless you if I sneeze. Because first of all, why are you saying that? Like, who did you even get that from? If you sneeze or if you cough, you say excuse me. Like, if you fart, you say excuse me. What are you saying that for? Who did you get that from? Last time I checked, farting was natural and I eat food, right? So I fart. Why am I apologizing for not even doing something I chose to do? I just farted. You know what I'm saying? So I don't say bless you to people because I want to break out of that, system of thought and being in the matrix. Starting 2019, I'm actually telling my mom and dad that I would no longer call them mom and dad. I'm calling you by your birth name. I'm telling my aunties and my uncles, I'm no longer calling you auntie or uncle. I'm calling you by your first name. And I'm in the process of changing my name and you won't be calling me Chris too much longer. So that's a heads up. Just so you know that this is real shit. And that's what I'm telling people. I'm finding every way I can to break out this conditioned way of living. So I said, were you touched as a kid by like, the women in your family? Like, were you guys, were you intimate? You know what I'm saying? Like, did motherfuckers like give you hugs all the time? And like, I used to like with my mom, I used to like watch movies with her. Like, we used to like literally lay in the same bed. And like I literally be on my mom, early teens, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was intimate with my mom in that nature. Were you touched? And I say touch because I'm speaking literally about the physical touch, you know what I'm saying?
So I will say this. For anybody's wondering, no, I was not touched in the way that everybody else.
Yeah, like and also like, was they giving you baths and stuff like that? Your father could have been doing that.
So I'll say this: as far as baths, I'll say this: as far as when I was a kid and stuff, I can't really tell you because I really consciously right now can't remember that far back. But as far as like hugs and stuff like that, yeah, I got hugs from
like kisses. They always kissed you. Mwah. Mike.
I would say more so hugs than kisses. My grandmother would kiss me and stuff. My mom would kiss me. But for the most part, it's like hugs. High fives, pounds. Stuff like that.
So okay, and second question, and then I'm gonna reflect on it too. Did you have females around you consistently?
Family wise, or yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
So you always was in a house with a female?
Yeah.
Okay. You got any sisters?
Yeah.
So my two questions is, and I'll probably answer first, is how important is it to you about the whole idea of men having women in their life, especially in the early days? I think it's super fucking important, and how that plays a factor into how men handle this gay shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like your friend could do anything that might be suspect.
What I would say more so than anything, to go a little bit deeper, it's not so much about men having women in their life. It's about men having healthy women in their life. I would be inclined to say that a lot of that, not all gay stuff, but some of the gay stuff actually probably comes from men having unhealthy women in their life, and that being their role model. I would say that's probably one thing. I would say, so on that note, long story short, to keep it simple, I feel like it's important for men to have women in their life growing up and men in their life growing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you got the structure and the nurture, and you got the structure and the nurture coming from two different aspects. Because a woman can provide structure, even though that's typically the role is more so associated with being a man. But women can provide structure just like a man can provide nurture. It's just that dominantly so, a man is going to be more so into the structure part usually than the female will be into the structure. But even on like an emotional level, a social level, women provide a lot of structure with that. But that's only if the woman that's in that child's life is a healthy woman. It isn't a woman that's been scorned, and it has a broken heart or all these different things. Because then all those aspects that you associate with nurture, well, they don't really get nurtured.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's definitely important. But I think more so important, this is the thing that I feel like kind of goes back to being a man and being tough, is that, and being a woman and the roles that are associated with being a woman, like, you know, caretaker or whatever people want to associate with. I'm not trying to perpetuate a stereotype, you know what I'm saying? Even though I feel like those traditional roles do have value, meaning, and significance, you know what I'm saying, the way that they work. But I'm not here to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
The key component is not so much those people taking on those roles, but it's them being healthy in those roles. Because, okay, check it. You will have, I'm pretty sure we've all seen movies, right? Of like, you know, I'm just gonna use that example, like the traditional white family, you know, stay at home mom, dad, and the father's out there cheating or you know, working too long, and she not getting the attention she wants from her man or her husband. And then, yeah, she's keeping the house together, she's cooking, cleaning, and doing all this, but she's hitting the bottle heavy and not really giving the kids love outside of the fact that it needs to be met, but not emotionally being met. So it's not, I don't want to make it seem like it's just having a woman or just having a man in the child's life is important. It's about that person being a healthy man or healthy woman.
Mm.
Because I'll be honest with you, having a bad mom or bad, look at people who have alcoholic fathers, look at people who have alcoholic dads and stuff. Yeah, those people might pay the bill, keep the roof over the head, keep food on the table and all that. But a lot of times those kids will go through a hell of a lot of trauma. So you can't just really say just having, I mean, I guess that's better than being on the street and, you know, not living and surviving and dying because the kid can't fend for themselves in that aspect. But as far as a holistic aspect, it's not really enough. You got to have, that's why it's so important for us as people to really work on ourselves and not assume that we're right, not assume, and that's why I wanted to tell y'all the two things I said earlier. It's like, everything in life is a process, so don't get so caught up on things being processed, because you can't escape it. Life itself is a process, so you're never going to escape that. The other thing is that really wisdom is simple. Wisdom is simple. I don't think anything I said right now, it might sound deep, but I don't think anything I said right now is complicated. I feel like if I said this to,
You could leave it.
I feel like if I said it to a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old, they would be understanding. You don't need a PhD to understand what I just said, because a lot of the wisdom in life is simple. We just make it complicated.
Facts. Super facts.
So just, you gotta heal yourself. You gotta work on yourself, man. You gotta heal yourself.
Yeah.
Balance yourself out.
People, I feel like that's the solution to the world. Self-work. People always looking for like a solution on how to fix the economy or how to get out the matrix or how to make the school system better. And really, if you literally just focus on yourself, if everybody was to really just to focus on themselves for a year, everything would change, because your whole mentality would be different. We always trying to fix people. Countries want to fix other countries. Stores are always in competition. Music, people always fighting for the top charts. Everybody want album of the year. but ain't nobody really focused on themselves. It's all competitive base, you know what I'm saying, and control base. At that point, you never really know what it's like to even feel the accomplishments that you do get, because the second you get it, it's like, all right, who else? Like who the other artists I gotta make sure I take down so I'm the GOAT. And but yeah, I definitely agree with that, bro.
And you know what? I would even jump in and just go off a kind of another aspect of it. Like you'll hear people talk about this, and everybody has their own boogeyman. Like people say the white man, people say the Matrix, people say Babylon, people say government, people say the military, people say Donald Trump, people say Barack Obama. Everybody has their person. But like if all of these things were removed and you had the complete freedom to do whatever you want, how many people would actually be in a position where they had the skill set, the mentality, the mindset, and the emotional stability to actually prosper after the thing that was their arch nemesis was gone?
That's a fun thought to play around with, people. Like that's that shit when you should pause it and just think. Pause it and just reflect on what he just said, because that's deep. What would you do if your arch nemesis was gone? Are you capable to even sustain your life after your arch nemesis is gone? That's deep, and I totally agree with what he said about it shouldn't just be, women. It should be healthy women. So yeah, and I'm gonna speak on my perspective. I definitely feel like I was nurtured. I was nurtured by my mother. My mother definitely always took care of me. She made sure I had clothes on my back. She made sure I was fed, and she took care of me. Yeah. I definitely was nurtured from my mother. So with that being said, for all the men that's watching this at this point, I definitely want you to reflect on your childhood and ask yourself, were you actually nurtured, especially in a healthy way with women? Did you have feminine, not necessarily just feminine energy, because that could be coming from a man, but did you actually have women in your life? And it don't even matter if it was more than one, because that's probably all you needed was one. But really just, evaluate your life in this regard, because some people probably never even had a mother or an aunt or a sister. So really think about, if you if you somebody that moved around a lot, really just think about, like, was it women that did something to you, in a positive way, you know what I'm saying, that really like stuck out and made a change and a difference in how you perceive yourself in life and tap into your feminine energy. Like, really think about that, because it's important. We really go through life, and like sometimes I can't remember what happened yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I can't remember what happened 24 hours ago. So you really gotta dig deep and figure out what was taking place in your childhood.
And you know what? I would just
that shaped who you are.
I would kind of just add on that as far as reflecting. Like, remember what I said earlier. This has really been a gem and a jewel in my life. Sometimes I've forgotten it, sometimes I've remembered it, but this is a real jewel. Is you can be right all day, but it doesn't mean you're gonna get the results you want. Like, okay, that comes from me. That comes from me just reflecting on my own life and looking at stuff. Like, for example, you could say, yo, my dad was never there. You could say, this person did give me $20. I needed to go to a job interview, so I couldn't get that job. You could say all these different things, right? And you might be right in all those things, right? But let me ask you two things. One, the person that you feel that way towards, is their life changing based on you thinking bad about them? And then two, by you saying that and thinking about that, has your life changed anything for the better? Because you're right. I'll wait. And that's the key. Like, you at the end of the day, self-work, healing, working on yourself, and not trying to be an enlightened master, and not trying to be this prophetic teacher and not trying to be a chief master scholar deluxe 10th arts degree person. You know what I'm saying? Whatever fancy ass title you want to put on it, seek to be a master student. And if you want to be a master teacher, be a masterful fool.
Masterly Foolish, good YouTube channel.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like that's really
Yo, y'all.
anybody that tells you they have no ego is fucking lying to you. And that's the most egotistical person on the fucking planet. And they so egotistical that their ego is fucking them over every which way possible, and they don't even realize it. I'm just being honest, you know.
Yeah, that's real talk.
Like, you gotta really sit down with yourself and just think, and don't think like, you know, all like this is the thing, right? Even if you look at like Egypt and you look at all these deities, you look at voodoo, you look at Celtic religions, you look at Egyptology, you look at Kemetic religions or whatever term you want. It's all fucking semantics, but whatever term you want to put on it, right? Because really the words is just one man's understanding and one man's misunderstanding at the end of the day. So it's like if you really sit down and look at stuff, like we get caught up on making stuff so deep, and I still do this all the time. I'm pretty sure Chris will tell you he do it all the time too. You get caught up in these fancy things that all these enlightened people have bestowed upon us to understand what the meaning of life is, but they only gave these things names and archetypes so we will understand things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that doesn't have tangible form. So we're trying to take the shit that they were trying to simplify and make it complicated. Like they gave Venus or whatever deity an aspect of love and gave a story to go with it to try to simplify how love works in the midst of hate and how this works with this. And we're like, oh man, I can't drink red Kool-Aid on a Thursday because it's not the day of my hot. Like, we make shit complicated. We don't need to. Like, I'm just trying to tell you stuff that hasn't come to my mind, man, that I feel like I actually be just beneficial. Like, I've been saying this for the longest, man, but like, for real, because I've always felt like I didn't want to just put out the same thing that everybody else talked about. I wanted to really have information that I felt like was like significant. It wasn't just the same, just cookie cutter thing, or just me trying to get followers, or just me trying to sound deep. I wanted to actually put something out that I felt like was genuinely facts. Like not even facts. That like there was. I feel like my bad.
No, go ahead.
It was just genuinely genuine, man. Like there wasn't about me trying to be right or me trying to know or even me trying to teach. I just wanted to share. And I feel like for the longest, like I feel like now I'm at that point. So I'm not going to promise y'all that y'all going to get a video every week. I'm not going to promise you. It's going to come, man, as I'm working on myself. That's when y'all get the videos. But I promise you, it's going to be amazing content, because life is amazing if you pay attention. And that's all I'm trying to do is pay attention. That's what I'm trying to do. And as I pay attention, as I come across stuff, I just want to share it. So definitely, I'm a shameless plug on this one. Yo, definitely go on YouTube, Simplistic Depth. And that's Simplistic, SIMPLISTIC, Depth, DEPTH. I think I spelled that right, yeah. Simplistic Depth, because my approach is not even, I don't even want to say my approach to spirituality, man. It's just my approach to just existing in life.
That's nice.
You know what I mean? It's like all these different things that are deep. How can we get the deepness, the richness of this stuff, right? Of spirituality, of just life, of nature, of occult, of psychology, of all the things that impact us, that like all the things that run through our mind, our life, and our being, just like air through our lungs. How can we get the most out of it? but make it in a way where we don't have to spend 50 million years trying to decode it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like people try so hard to sound deep instead of just trying to live life and through life, learn life. Life will teach you through life. It's like life is kind of like a female, right? Like a female would teach you everything you want to know about exploring her if you just be with her. And that's kind of how life is. If you just live life, life will teach you everything you want to know about life. If you're doing it in like a balanced, holistic way, right? Like if you're not trying to just control your chick, or you're not just trying to, be, like submissive to your chick. But if you just like, y'all have a give and take relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like you go out and do something, you reflect. You sit, you work a job, or you build your business or whatever you do, and you take some time reflecting apart. You have time activeness, you have time of docilness or reflectiveness or like downtime. If you have that give and take, it's like dancing. You will get more insight. A lot of stuff that I'm telling y'all I didn't get from watching all these master teachers and all this. I got it from just sitting down and just using common sense. Like that's really what it is. Like, I mean, yes, I'm not gonna lie, having some knowledge of consciousness helped me because it gave me a kind of a different way of looking at the world. But a lot of it is just keeping things simple. I'll say this. Einstein had a quote that the real sign of genius and really knowing what you're talking about, if you can explain something on a level that a 3-year-old could understand it or 4-year-old could understand it. I feel like everything I told y'all, and I'm not saying this to make myself sound good or and nothing to do with that. I just try to practice the stuff that I say. I don't always get it right, but everything I said, I feel like a 4, 5, 6, 8-year-old could understand it. Maybe some of the stuff we talk about sex and all that, maybe they might not have been at that point in life to understand all that, but everything else, like, it's pretty simple, aka simplistic death.
We're tapping up. Oh, okay. Word. That was beautiful. That's beautiful. I like that. So yeah, man. So just with the whole idea of us being, earthlings, you know what I'm saying? Right? What does that mean? It means that we should always be in direct contact with the earth, right? Right.
Can't really avoid it.
Oh yeah, you could. Rubber.
Okay. All right. Okay. I got you.
Rubber's an insulator. So, the earth don't got clothes. It just got skin. Just earth. You know what I'm saying? Literally earth. You know what I'm saying? Dirt, So, no cement until, created, earth. No roads, fields. So what I'm saying is that we're earth. This is all tying into keeping it simplistic, right? Shouldn't men be in contact with each other physically? Like, what's your initial thoughts on that? Because, like, this is me, like, I like getting physical with my brothers, you know what I'm saying? You my brother, and you know that, I'm quick to give you a hug. You know what I'm saying? I'm quick to do some extra stuff. Like, I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like keeping it simplistic. People got barriers up, you know what I'm saying? What's another word for barriers? Resistance. I like that word, resistance. So if a girl touch you, a dude could just get super, 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 super excited. You know what I'm saying? Now let's break it down from the erection and all that arousal. Let's bring it down. Just the fact that that's the opposite sex. If a man get touched by a female, he get like a certain type of energy rush, right? But that's not just because she's a female. That's because of allowance. There's no barriers up. Now, this is my thing. Brothers 9 times out of 10 would be physical, because they grew up, they fought, they played, whatever.
Mhm.
Now, you my brother. Now, this isn't my blood brother, but this is my brother. We would less have the tendency to be as physical as if we was blood related. Now, you have a blood brother. I can't speak on, your relationship. I can speak on mine. Me and you are closer than my blood brother. But yet we wouldn't act certain type of actions like, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is why would it be harder to get physical with you and I have a stronger relationship with you than it is for me to do it with my blood brother? And just like the whole idea of like just being physical, where Earth is supposed to connect. And just to make it clear for motherfuckers, because people brain ramble, I'm not talking about getting all touchy and all that. But if I got a brother and I could grab his arm and be like, mess around with him, brothers fight, pluck his nipple, do some funny stuff, smack his chest or whatever. If I do that with one of my friends, I'm more prone to hear like, yo, bruh, stop.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna jump in and say this. Like, I'll be honest with you. Even a chick, I really don't even like a chick touching my nipples.
Anything. It's not. Be honest with you. It's not just about the nipple. It's anything. Like even.
Just being funny like that. Oh, shit really even plucking. Weird to me. So, but
some dudes don't like getting their nipples sucked. Honestly, I
don't know, man. It's just
getting my nipple. That's literally one of the most sensitive spots on my body.
I'll say this. I think this is the thing too. So as far as touch, right? Okay. Whether it's a female touching a dude, right? Like a straight female touching a straight dude, whether it's a straight dude touching a straight dude, whether it's a gay dude touching a straight dude, whatever, right? At the end of the day, like, I want to choose my words carefully. Not so much that it really matter, but it does to a certain degree.
I just think people got sexuality all mixed up.
Generally, everybody did any form of touch amongst anybody, for the most part, you're gonna have some type of receptivity, right? Just by the fact of like electrochemistry, not even on an attraction level, sexuality, attraction, just biochemistry. Somebody touching you, you're gonna have a sensation to that touch. You get what I'm saying? So like, that's all. That's there by default. As far as the responsiveness to that touch, it's like, okay, it kind of goes back to nature, right? And masculine and feminine, right? If you add fire to fire, right? Chances are you will have a bigger flame, right? Because that's kind of nature.
That's
you know
deep.
What I'm saying?
That's deep.
All right. If you add fire to water, you're gonna get a different reaction than fire to fire. Fire to fire is just gonna be more of an intense thing of the same thing. It's not gonna go no further than just fire to fire. It's literally fire touching fire. It's just the fire spread. It's not, you know what I'm saying? That's probably not the best example, but if you add fire to water, it's like an alchemical process thing. So now that fire in that water is the fire in that water. The water's gonna change the fire. The fire's gonna change the water, and you get a different reaction. I think that's kind of the nature of it. Like, what?
No. That's deep. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, it's a underlying foundation of like just like if you could even break it down to math. Like if you take two different numbers, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just you're gonna get a different equation if you use different numbers. You're gonna get a different final outcome and a different product. That's the best way I can explain it. Like it's just kind of just the nature of it. I can go deeper and try to say psychologically and all that, but I feel like keeping it simple like that probably will explain it enough.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think that's kind of the nature of it.
So what's your thoughts on like a blood brother would be more physical, playful versus two friends that that will both probably say, I'm not even speaking for you, I'm just like, that will both probably say like, yo, our relationship like Jai stronger than my blood relationship, because I know that was a means for me to get here.
I would say that it kind of goes back to conditioning. I feel like even like brothers, man, I feel like to a certain degree, even blood brothers, you still gonna have probably that kind of resistance to a certain degree when it comes to certain shit. And also it depends on like the nature of what you specifically what you're saying, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I would just say in general, as far as just joking and playing and all that, I mean, brothers that grew up as brothers through the process of life bringing them together, they still do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what you're saying, like, wrestling or whatever, they still do that. But as far as why you might see that in just regular brothers is because they grew up conditioned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have learned how to fight because you and your brother whooped each other's ass over labels or some shit. You know what I mean? Like y'all kind of explored how to be a man, like, together. Like, yeah, that was the first person who asked you probably would. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first person that, probably tackled you for the first time we played football. So like that's kind of like an underlying component of the development of that relationship over the years. You know what I mean?
Yo, put them on speaker.
Yo.
Make sure they can hear, bro. This is a part of the video.
Hey, yo.
Put them on.
I'm actually at Chris's house. I'm on his Facebook Live, so I don't know if you want to be on live on the phone or if you want me to take you off the speaker. I will give you that.
Yo, bro, you part of the video, bro.
I will give you that option. I'm not gonna just throw your voice on camera if you don't want it on camera. So I'll give you that option.
I'll put you on back up when you're sitting. When you have to sit back up, you want to finish.
All right. Yeah, I just asked you this. Everything good? Everything good?
You took him off speaker, everybody. It's getting personal.
All right, cool. I'll hit you up.
So, I feel that, bro. Honestly, I really love the points that you just made. I just want to say this. I'm not really concerned with the comments either or people's mindsets. You could perceive whatever you perceive from whatever I'm saying. I really like what you said, bro, about like the underlying factor and all that. That's very important details to know.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and just for what it's worth, I'm not pushing no men touch each other type of thing, but I am pushing the whole break the barrier down of everything got to be gay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gay, and I get called gay. Like at a call center I worked at, bro. Like the motherfuckers in my aisle really thought that I was gay. I found this shit out, like 3 weeks in. That's like, oh yeah, we thought you was gay. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's why.
Why? This 2 reasons that I remember. One, because I was super cool with the gay dude.
Okay.
Meaning that I had no resistance to his nature.
Gotcha. Okay.
You still my brother regardless. Like, I don't know what's going on, but and then 2, I tap into my feminine side. Like I'm a dude that considers your feelings. A lot of people don't come across that, I guess, in this world. And that's becoming, I guess, a female or a gay is getting put in that category, a dude that is sensitive. Or I don't even want to take sensitive, like they actually just see me so sensitive, but just aware of emotions, courteous, concerning, thoughtful, aware. Like, it seems like all of these things is getting pushed into like, yo, you might be gay. Because I don't really know too many men that's like, so why you care so much? Like, why you asking me so many questions? Like, so a lot of people think I'm gay just because of the shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm not gay. Like, I never did anything gay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like probably one of the straightest people that motherfuckers might come across, like I'm saying, but it's like, You know what I'm saying? Like even to this day, people think like, yo, bro, you might be gay. Cause I'd be like, cause I like, yo, like if a motherfucker heard me say like, yo, bro, I'm married to you.
Mhm.
Like I don't even know how you naturally react to that,
Mhm.
but it's not my concern. You know, I say I'm married to you because I believe this is a marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a bond. Like that's it's just a play on words. But you like you know, and motherfuckers be like, yo, you gay. Like, no, like I don't care how you break the shit down, bro. Like you just don't say that. I'm married to you.
Mhm.
You don't tell another man he has a beautiful smile. How would you word it? Nigga, I'm not about to tell a man about his smile. Okay, and then that's why I'm making this video right here. Like, why can't you comment a man on his smile and why you have to be gay if you do it? Like, bro, like every job I work at, like if it's like 7 dudes in there that got a good smile, honestly, I'd probably tell them all on like I'd say one person a day. I'm gonna tell this dude he got a beautiful smile today. I ain't about to overwhelm myself. I want everybody to just be like, yo, he said like that's too much, but the next day I might tell him motherfucker like, yo, you jive got a I don't know if anybody ever tell you, but bro, you jive got a good smile. Like, you know, like whatever. Keep it up. What's up? That's what's up. You know, like niggas will call me gay for that. Like what the fuck? Like niggas get called bro, I get called gay for giving men compliments, bro. I went to a music show. The dude was singing. That's what he was doing. He was singing. He got off the stage. I was like, yo, bro, your singing was beautiful, bro. True story. He was like, bro, when I tell you the look that this dude gave me, he didn't even give me a complete response. He like in the middle of saying something and just cut it short and just kept walking. I was like, damn. I clearly can't tell another motherfucking singer in this context that his voice is beautiful because clearly I'm going to get looked at a certain type of way. So, you know, I just want to like, if I'm going through this shit, I know it's other motherfuckers in this world that's going through this shit. Like I used to have an old best friend. His name was CJ. Mm-hmm. This nigga got more pussy than anybody. Period. Like he probably got more pussy than the 3 niggas that you thought was like the shit together. Yeah, he literally that dude. He walked somewhere, bro. They flock to him. Period. Like they damn near put his arm up like this and put their head around it and walk with him. They damn near, you know what I'm saying? That's 2 girls, bro. Mm-hmm. They just met each other. That's what he do. Bro, he got called gay since we was in high school, bro. Damn. I don't know if he was molested when he was a kid, bro, but he ain't never do nothing gay. He actually one of the most homophobic motherfuckers out there. Like, yo, don't do none of that gay shit with me. Because I'm straight going to jaw you. Like, ain't even a conversation. I'm going to jaw you and probably talk to you about after the jaw because I don't want to fight you. But that's how I'm reacting to that shit, yo. So I'm going to jaw you. And then if you try to fight me, then I'm just going to beat your ass. And that's how he coming off. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, I don't know if there's any way you could respond to that. But I think it's interesting that I'm like not gay, bro. And I hear it regularly.
So I would say the same thing, not gay either, but like
not pushing no agendas out here, people just talking. So about communication, touch, skin, the earth.
So I guess just this just came to my head. So I'm not saying this is right or wrong, it's just a thought that came into my head. Mm-hmm. Is that I feel like a lot of stuff that comes off as gay. I'm just trying to think of like shit that people did, like just in general, that like comes off as gay. So if you look at the nature of a man, right? Nature of a man, as far as just from like a sexual component, right, is penetration, right? Like men penetrate. Straight men, I should say. Not no offense to anybody's gay or nothing like that, but like straight men penetrate, right? Okay. And if you look at even in a straight relationship with a dude and a female, like dudes tend not to like when a female does real feminine, naggy, type of just, you know what I'm saying? Like wave, like since we're using water, like waves of complaining crashing down on you, or waves of just, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like if you take a dude, right, and he's constantly like getting in your face, getting in your space, like constantly pushing an agenda, constantly pushing something with you, and it comes off like a feminine type of thing, like, yo, this nigga gay. Like, why does, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying I think like that, but like a lot of people like, yo, like, dude, you acting like a whole female. Like, why the fuck you keep, like, why is you on my shit like this? Why are you penetrating my spirit with all of this feminine energy ass shit?
Facts. I've heard that a lot.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's a component of it. And I think it comes down to this, man. Like, it comes down to working on yourself, and it comes down to this. Like, this is the thing, right? Is that so many people, it's amazing how this masculine feminine thing goes into so much shit. Like, people,
Right. That's why I want to talk about it. Like
people wanna be understood, but don't want to try to understand other people. Like, people want to make sure you listen to what they say. You're gonna hear what I got to say. You're gonna listen to this. But they don't necessarily do that. They don't necessarily take that same energy. You know, as people say, like, keep that energy. They don't keep that energy when it comes to listen to other people. You know what I'm saying?
listen to one of the poorest qualities of people on this planet.
And the way this is something I learned a long time ago. And I ain't gonna tell you, if you try to explain something to somebody, you trying to talk to somebody, it's not their fault if they don't get what you.
Yo, do you remember the last thing you were saying? All right. So, listen, people. We just had technical difficulty. The Wi-Fi cut off, and we live. So, we're gonna try to pick it up where we left it off. But you remember nothing you were saying?
No, not a fan.
So, let's take one more bite of this, and here we go. Entertain yourself. Brief intermission. Break. Oh, you basically saying something like, you know, it's crazy how the masculine and feminine go into so many things, and you were saying that how dudes, people want to be heard, but they don't listen. And I said, listening is like one of the poorest qualities on the earth of people. But, you know, everything happened for a reason, y'all. We created that. You created that too, because you watching it. But long story short, people, I find it interesting that I'm not gay. I never have been gay. You know, I've said gay shit. Everybody, come on, motherfuckers gotta. Not everybody don't do it. I don't know, but maybe sometimes. But motherfuckers say gay jokes. You know, I remember being younger. Like, I had a friend. He wasn't gay. I don't know if he's gay now, but I highly doubt it, given our recent interactions. But we used to say gay jokes all the time. I ain't never did nothing gay in my life. So I just find it interesting that, and I know motherfuckers that say gay jokes. Like, I see it. I know niggas in the hood that, from my knowledge, that ain't gay. I don't think they gay because I grew up with them. I see motherfuckers say make gay jokes. It ain't no everyday on the second thing. Motherfuckers do it because shit funny. Like, some shit just be funny. You know, you can't. This is the thing that pisses me off about people. Motherfuckers will hear a gay joke and be like, yo, I don't play that gay shit. But you could entertain some Dave Chappelle shit, the Dave Chappelle show, when he making all jokes about all races. You know, that's the stuff that I don't get. Like, we really choose what we don't want to fuck with, and we choose this shit that we just allow. You know what I'm saying? Like if it make you funny, it's like, I, he funny. Let's keep him. Like fuck all the other motherfuckers. But like I don't know. I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I'm saying. Like we gotta check that. Check yourself, and I go back to what he said. Self work. Work on yourself. Don't say excuse me when you burp. Think about what are you saying excuse me for, but work on yourself. Don't expect the government to do nothing for you. Especially if you black and white motherfuckers, the government don't care about you either. Because it ain't about white, it's about a spirit. It ain't even about color, it's about energy. It's about a spirit, a frequency. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about white people, because I know white motherfuckers that hate this shit. They hate it. I know white motherfuckers that actually say, oh my God, I wish I was black. For weather reasons. Just because it get hot. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is black. But let's bring it back to like some stuff. Because I really want people to just start I really want men to start tapping into their feminine side so they can know the difference between gay shit and when shit is just simple shit, like he said. I do think men should be more open to touch more. I'm not talking about being touched a lot or anything like that. I'm not even talking about on a frequent basis. I'm just talking about generally, like a touch is a touch. Generally, I do feel like men should give hugs a little bit more, quick hug. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be like when you meet somebody, a handshake may be more appropriate. But I am saying like every now and then a hug is powerful, and some people just reject it entirely. That's what I'm talking about. And I like the perspective of our body should be naked, always in touch with the earth, and we are naked people, and we should always be, connected with each other. So, I honestly feel like skin should touch, like brush up on your shoulder, like something. That's just what I believe. I believe the skin should be touching. Like, I just believe that. Take it how you want. I'm not saying it in no extra, no gay way. I'm trying to find the best way to articulate the vibration I'm expressing. But I just feel like we should just be more free to touch. Just period. Like, and this is something else I wanted to say. I feel like we got sexuality all just separated. Because this is another thing that I don't understand. But I don't understand how men don't like the idea of getting a massage by another man. What's your thoughts on that? I'm not talking about anything sexual. I'm not talking about touching the dick. I'm not talking about that, even though it's not a private part. It's a part of your body. Like, you don't call your hair private. And just for perspective purposes, for white motherfuckers with a less melanin pigment, you ever ask yourself why the balls and the penis are darker? There's more melanin concentrated in those areas. Essentially, it should even be expressed to the sunlight, right? So, I don't understand why if I got my own father, including my mother, but I'm talking about men, my own father and my mom who would have back pain, they don't want me. My dad wouldn't want me to massage his back because I'm a male. I don't get it.
So,
it's not that serious.
I'll just say this because since you asked me, and just once again, this is not something I've reflected on deeply, and not just first thing that came to the top of my head, right? And it kind of goes
just talking about a perspective.
So let's use another example of nature and science. Fun science time. So okay,
because I'm learning.
If you take two magnets, right, and you take the negative pole of each magnet, right, and you put it against each other, they push each other away. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no natural attraction between those two, right? In their normal state, with like those two poles of that magnet not being tampered with, you take two negative sides or two positive sides and try to put them next to each other, they repel each other because they're the same. So I think just by the nature of it, right, is like you use another example. You can go like a biblical example that people like to throw out. Iron sharpens iron, right? And men sharpens men. So if you look at the nature of that, right, like the touch of from man to man. It's not saying that a man can't, give a dude a hug, like, oh, man, that's my brother, man. What's up? Hug. It's not saying that it's not that there's nothing wrong with that. It's not even saying that a dude giving another dude a massage is necessarily anything wrong with it. It's just that for the most part, the reason why that's such a I don't want to say uncommon thing is because naturally, just by the nature of a man being a man, it's not that they never touch or never hug or never have a warm embrace that has no sexual context behind it. It's just that that's not the natural thing. You know what I'm saying? I know me. I'm probably gonna feel a little bit uneasy if a dude's like, "Oh man, yo, you need a massage, man. I got some hot oil." I'm gonna feel a little suspect about that shit. Now, if a female did it to me, I still probably feel a little uncomfortable. One, because somebody I don't like. Let's say I'm going to a professional establishment. One is somebody I don't know to touch. First off, that's the first barrier. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you look at nature, right? Because everybody, the new craze nowadays is everybody is a cell, and everybody talking from the analogy of being a cell. So let's look at cells, right? Off rip, if I don't know you, I don't know whether you're a germ or a cell, a healthy cell just like me. So before I come into contact with you, I need to understand that. That's the first thing. And that's not, I don't even think that's really deep social programming. That's just basic instinct of just
frequency.
Just nature. You know what I mean?
Frequency, yeah, I get it.
So
I'm learning so much, like
so that's one component of it. The second component of it, like it's the touch thing of it. Like, okay, now that we got that established, there's that. Okay, this cell is this type of cell. This cell is this type of cell, right? Because you can have cells in the body, and every cell is a body, but not every cell in the body is the same or does the same thing. So, let's say bone cells might bind with each other more so than a skin cell might bind with a bone. For just an example, that might not be the best example, but they're more likely to mesh. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, I'm pretty sure that even in going deeper down in that, even if you look at bone cells, you probably got a positive and negative component to bone cells. The reason why those cells don't repel or go against each other. So with that being said, it's just basic nature of attraction in its most primal, basic, non-sexual context. Like these two things tend to draw each other. These two things don't draw each other. They don't have that same type of pull. I think it just kind of goes back to that personally.
Yo, honestly, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. We could probably even call this video because I got definitely still got things we could talk about in this video because it is still be even things that was said in the video.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, bro, this is something I've been dealing with for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the fact that men definitely just need to tap into their feminine side, which is stuff that still actually can be talked about in this video and just addressed. But for my personal growth, which had necessarily not too much to do with this video, but it actually has to do with everything. Don't forget that, people. Your personal growth has to do with everything. Realizations. But you helped me so much just now with your three perspectives, and I find it beautiful that they are nature related. I honestly, bro, you really just did the how I put so much emphasis on you being the teacher. I want to put that same emphasis on what you just did for me just now. You answered all the questions or the question.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You got that energy, bro. Like you helped me with that.
Mhm.
That energy is either transferred into something else or it dissipated or transformed to something more positive,
Mhm.
more wanting. Uh yeah, bro. Them perspectives is like beautiful, bro. I get it. I get it. I don't have no problem with giving a male a massage.
Mhm.
I have no problem with a male giving me a massage.
Mhm.
So it's not even that the fire thing don't apply to me. Like, it's more applied at the same level, just steps before the massage would have had taken place,
Mhm.
versus experiencing all that
Mhm.
during the massage.
Yeah.
But bro, you helped me a whole lot just now, bro. I get it, bro. I get it because a lot of it don't necessarily apply to me, but I get it, bro. Like it really, bro. Because you know how I go, bro. I be quick to get physical with y'all boys, bro. Like,
listen, this is the thing I say too. Like it goes back to like
simplicity, even just really just understanding, like men is fire. Like, I
everything,
didn't think about fire on fire. Like that's
everything goes together. It's like good gumbo or like a good stew. Like all this shit goes together. Like if you study nature, right, and you seek first to understand before you try to be understood, learn more. Your transactions will go a little bit smoother. Because okay, like this is the thing, man. Like ultimately, right? We always assume that we're fucking right. That motherfucker got the problem. We always assume that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, like I'm not even trying to. Let me just say this. When I say this, I'm not talking about anybody specific. I'm really truly. It's gonna sound like I'm talking about somebody specific. I'm not. I'm really just trying to paint a picture. You could be the most living off the land person in existence, right? You could be the most closest to nature person in existence. That doesn't mean that you are 100% natural. It's a lot of stuff that goes into that shit. Like it's a lot to go. Like, okay, do you have to be right? You know what I'm saying? Nature's not always fucking right, but yet nature's always right. It's not right because of the fact that it's perfect in its implementation of everything it produces, but it's right in the nature that it exists. We want to be right because our perspective is right and everything that comes out of our mouth is right. Everything that we say is right and everything that we think is right. And that person that contradicts what I said or that person doesn't fall in line with what I said, well, that motherfucker's just imbalanced because I'm perfectly balanced. That's not the case. Like this is why, like, honestly, like you really, really, really gotta look at yourself. That's what I've learned personally, right? I've looked at everybody else around me. I've done that shit. And I learned from it too. No doubt about it. But I ultimately learned you gotta look at yourself. Because just as much as a person might have a reaction to what you said, and oh shit, that motherfucker uptight or that motherfucker this, always remember that, like, yo, like, why is it that that person's wrong? And why is it that I'm right?
Yeah, y'all see me, I'm writing. He speak, I'm writing.
Like that's what you gotta look at. And that's what I'm only telling y'all stuff from shit that I'm actually doing. Like I've looked at like, yo, okay, well my parents, this, not that I had bad parents, my parents this, my friends that, this person this, nigga gonna bust that. Like I get all those things, right? And I'm the type of person I really question myself. So a lot of times when I say I'm right, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm right. But at the end of the day, does it really matter?
Right. Write that down in question form.
Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because just like everything you saying is wrong, like, all right, like,
Yo, it's so many ways you can apply that to your life. I know I'm right, but does it matter, yo?
like that is, and that's the thing, man. Like, if you really look at, and it's like, okay, let's look at Nature Boy, for example, right? Nature Boy live off the land. He 100% land based, right? That's his thing, right?
That's his thing. Although but go ahead.
But even if you look at it, he still got products that's not off the land. They're not making everything. This is why I keep telling y'all, like, yo, y'all, you listen, you will imprison yourself by, like, I had a conversation with somebody before, right? Like, doing what everybody else does will trap you. Trying to do the opposite of what everybody else does will fucking trap you too. It's about balance. This is why I said, do it matter if you right or you wrong? It's about balance. Is you being right translating to you being what you want to be?
You cook it.
And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. But I tell y'all what, I don't know how many people looking at this, but y'all leave some comments in the comments if y'all want some videos from my YouTube channel. If y'all want me to start making videos, y'all leave some comments. We'll see what happens. But
Conversations with Brother Mike, y'all. You know, I'm a vulnerable, honest person. You know, like I take, you know, from everything. So when I say reporting live from this cosmos, he actually was the first to say it. I improvised on it. I'm like, yo, that's my introduction. He still might say it. Who knows? It really don't matter. I say bad different shit. Sometimes I don't even say it. But yeah, man. Leave them comments, yo. Leave them comments. I'm gonna leave the first comment on the video. I'm gonna comment on the video and just look. Cause I want to see some videos by on Simplistic Depth. I love to see that, man. You know, conversations with Mike, y'all. You still willing to go? We ain't got to, bro. I was giving it a 2-hour limit.
I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling.
Oh yeah, so we talking. So, bro, man, like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. You said something earlier, you know, structure, nurture. I like that. You know, and I still want to talk about like the feminine masculine a little bit. You know, like take my wife and me I was married, y'all. So take our relationship, you know, she did more masculine things and I did more feminine things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was the one that was more quick to hammer some shit in and put some shit together. I'm like, I feel like doing that shit. What the fuck? I was more ready to clean and do the dishes and, you know, I wipe some shit. So, you know, that's another thing that I find interesting about this whole masculine and feminine thing. Like, you know, my friend Jamaica Tubbins, if I'm not mistaken, when she had her son, she was gonna have him do something with like cooking. And her mom was like, "Nuh-uh, don't have him cook, he gonna end up gay." Some shit like that. Because cooking is like a woman supposed to cook.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And the world's so screwed because when you really talk to a girl, all she really wants is a dude that know how to cook.
Some real shit. That's some real shit. Okay. All right.
And then when I meet all my brothers that's killing it in the kitchen, I look at the chick in the other room. She just legs up, having a good old time, ain't doing shit. I know she enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
It's like then when I tell motherfuckers like, yo, I was cleaning up, you a bitch.
But you know what?
I might beat you in a fight, bro. I might not.
But you know what? I say this on the flip side too. It's almost like one of the most attractive things in a female is a female that can put her hair back in the ponytail with sweatpants. because I can chill with you. You know what I mean? Like I could really chill with you. Like it ain't like I gotta wait. Like if I want to, like yo, let's go to the movies. It ain't gotta be a whole 5. Like I know you could. I know because of what I like. Like I know that you can rock a dress. I know you can look. I know you can make that skirt look good. But you can just throw that shit back in a ponytail, throw a baseball cap on and some sweatpants and still look good and go to the movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That it's the, I guess I would say, without being a female, assuming, like, just trying to understand it from my perspective and translate that to a female's perspective, I guess that would be that correlation. Like, damn, okay. I know that I like to nurture and take care, talk, not me because I ain't trying to handle dude, but like for a female, like, she want to take care of her dude, nurture dude, pamper, a lot of females, you still got that kind of mentality because that's kind of the nature of females. You know what I'm saying? You could change your nature, you can go against your nature, you can implement your nature in unique ways. There's a lot of ways that nature works. You know what I'm saying? That's why new fruits and vegetables come out, because people put unique combinations and shit together and come up with hybrids. But anyway, with that being said, like,
Same thing with humans. How the cows and dogs get here.
So like, with that being said, like, she probably just liked the fact that, damn, okay, I can sit back and shit, I get to enjoy a meal and I get to get pampered, just like a female, like a dude that, or a dude like a female that, man, she could just kick back and we could just, watch sports or whatever you into. Like, oh, we could play some damn video games or watch some anime or whatever you into. Or you like, every dude out here knows exactly what I'm talking about. Where you got that one unique weird thing that you into, and your girl love that shit as much as you do, or she put on a hell of a fucking front, or has enough interest to pay attention to that shit that you doing because she fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with like a female, man. So
Yeah,
I like that. That's some good shit.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to talk about, because it was like in my marriage, it's like I did everything the female did, and she did everything the male did. But she clearly was the female. I clearly was the male. Like, energy, like he said, man, energy play out differently, man. That's even with gay people. Like, the all is the all, yo. Lauryn Hill, everything is everything. Everything is everything. Energy gonna play out different ways. Like, this is one perspective that I've never heard from nobody except we probably said this in conversation. I'm not sure what I'm about to say, and I'm not sure if I just dwelled on this in my own mind. But I've never really heard nobody say this besides Nature Boy, which is, yo, ain't no such thing as a creator. Ha! You've been fooled. No such thing as a creator.
Okay.
Stop letting them lie to you. Energy can't be created or destroyed, just transferred. We are transformers. And I was like, God damn. I'll be damned. The whole time. Me, I'm thinking about all my raps I don't say creator. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna see the people. I'm just playing. I ain't taking that far. But, energy gonna play out in different ways, people. Some universes collide. You know what I'm saying? Some galaxies collide. Some morph. You know what I'm saying? Some just die out. You know what I'm saying? Like, energy gonna play out different. And this is one of the most important details. You look the way you look based off your fucking environment, yo. And you might have 3 moons. You might look a different way. Your planet might have 3 moons. You might look a different fucking way. You feel me? Energy gonna play out different ways, yo. It's a universe, yo. Energy gonna play out different ways, man. Stop hating. We was about unconditional love, man. If you want, you could talk about growth all you want in this physical life, but if you really want to talk about some serious, like, next crazy spiritual growth, think about unconditional love. If you have unconditional love, I just guarantee you your next life is just gonna be on some whole other shit.
Man,
Like your whole setup is just gonna be amazing. You just gonna have love. And if you go to school, you're gonna have all the right teachers.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
You're gonna have all the right co-workers. Everywhere you go, you just gonna be good.
Man, that's a whole nother topic, man.
I just wanted to blend it in there.
Like, I say this, man, because we still thinking about free and Babylon when like Babylon is a mindset, not a place. Like that's why like
That's
I'm so
facts.
glad I talked to you earlier, man. We had this conversation because it really got me into the whole process and process this and process that. How we don't like processes, but our whole fucking life is a process. So like, it's not even about processes, man. It's about balancing. Like that's really what it's about. It's about balance, bro. It's really about balance more so than anything else. Because what's unconditional love is really balance. You can do this to me, you can do this to me, you can do this to me, you can do this to me. But no matter what, I'm in love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's that, like, and that's why I'm like, yo, it's like it sound good. Like it's bad. I saw my homeboy that I used to work with named Jalen. Man, he from down south. He like sound good because he got like that, Atlanta accent. But like that shit sounds good, man. But like it's not really true for like 99 point. It's just like a fucking like a pregnancy test or some shit. Like it's not true for 99.99999% of the people to say that shit because people say this and people do that, but like you got unconditional love, right? You got unconditional love right now. If somebody come and do something to your kid, let's say some dude smack the shit out your kid, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a reaction and you're gonna do something. I guarantee. Not even whether you scared, you soft, you know how to fight, you don't know how to fight, you gonna do something. Even if it ain't but just talk shit and be like, nigga, you wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna have a reaction.
You're gonna do something, you know what I mean? And it's like that's why unconditional love is like it's deeper than what a lot of people give credit for.
What? You done?
Oh yeah, that's all I got at the moment.
Yeah, so I feel that. Yo, the other thing I wanted to also say, bro, we got 13 more minutes left. The other thing I also wanted to say was, oh wait, I got this right here. It's right here somewhere. Oh yeah, you want to talk to us about? Cause I like what you said, man. I'm all about breaking the norm. I'm all about breaking the norm. I like what you said when you was like, I'm gonna do things different. I'm gonna do the men first. I'm gonna let the men go first on this one. What's your thoughts on this whole ladies first? And as I think, I don't even want to just keep it on that. So I'm gonna throw something else out there and then just let you talk how you talk. But for me, bro, when I was in high school, you could ask Brandon. Dante Adams, everybody. Go on SoundCloud. Dante Adams. Figure it out. Listen to the music. It's good shit. All right? Good vibes. That's my brother. So you can ask Brandon, bro. When we was in high school, Bennett, I was an asshole. So you know how like they say take your hat off in the building? Bro, they used to have the teachers there like when you walk in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They knew my name. Chris, take off your hat. I'm talking about my locker on the 3rd floor, bro. They literally following me, bro, all the way to the 3rd floor. And these are true stories. Chris, if you don't take your hat off, I'm gonna give you a detention slip. Miss, I'm not taking my hat off. I don't understand why I have to take my hat off. You see me here every day. I'm not taking my hat off until I get to my locker. I'm just not doing it.
Word.
Slip, second floor. Chris, I'm giving you an option. Take off your hat, or you're gonna get another detention slip. You're gonna have to stay longer in detention. Slip.
Yo, hold on. So you had like in a day, you had like a double detention, my nigga? How is that possible?
You're just gonna have to make up for it on the next days.
Wow.
But if you cool with the counselor, he is just like wipe the shit off.
Yeah.
But this is real shit, bro. Getting detention slips back to back. So it's like, what's your thoughts on like like that kind of shit? Like these stupid ladies go first, open the door for the lady, like being a gentleman. Like I'm not a gentleman, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm a gentleman, but I'm not a gentleman. That's not nothing I want to be. I don't want to be called that.
I feel you.
I'm not Mr. Nice Guy. I will smack you with my words.
Yo, honestly, man, it really come down to balance, bro. Like, I feel like I sound like a scratch record, but it come down to balance. Like,
nah, bro, we want to hear it the way you want to say it. We just being master teachers and master students out here, bro.
Yo, it's power to question and shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really gonna like, what's like. So our precursor. This is when you was in the kitchen. You asked about
like, do the father get the bigger plate?
So check it. I'm gonna go with it like this. Right?
You get the bigger chicken.
I'm gonna say this like we was in the kitchen, right? You was asking about should men open the door for women, right? And it's aspects to that, right? You know what I'm saying? But let's start with the primary question. Do you really give a fuck?
Only when I find myself in those situations.
You see what I'm saying? So like that, and that's
not an all the time thing, but that'd be the time like I care.
And I'm gonna say this like because this is the thing that I look at. It's like I feel like certain things. It's like some shit like this is the thing that I look at and I find to be really really interesting. Is that I'll look at people, right? And I've just seen it in different situations, including myself at times. People want to just do everything fucking different and question everything and challenge everything and just do the opposite of every fucking thing.
Mm.
And it's like every single fucking battle, do you really need to fight it? And is it, did you really fight the battle or going through this process because you really want to learn, or are you just doing it because you just conditioned to like fucking fighting and just always have something to fight and just be in a constant state of just fighting and combativeness? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, that's like one aspect of it. Like, the other aspect of it is like really like okay, if you open the door because you really care, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I really care. I want to open the door. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I also think it's a symbology behind it. Like, as a man, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that women can't take care of themselves, because women take care of themselves when there's no man in their life. You know what I'm saying? But just the nature of things, like men generally tend to take care of women. So I think it's symbolic of that. You know what I'm saying? And we love symbolism, right? Everybody loves symbolism. Everybody want to walk around with, comedic stuff on and all this stuff. People love symbolism. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's balanced, this shit, bro. Like, damn, okay. It's like, what's next? Well, I know that we tie the right lace over the left lace of the shoe, but that's wrong. I'm gonna go left over right. Like, damn, nigga, like, why are you fucking fighting this fight, bro? It's a fucking shoelace. And that's the nature of conscious, like a lot of shit in the conscious community, a lot of people with consciousness is like people argue and debate everything. And that's why I said what I said earlier. Everything in life is a process. So at the end of the day, you want to unravel the process. How far are you willing to unravel? Because I mean, you can go as deep probably as your own existence.
Niggas that take, and sometimes it's worth taking it there.
I mean, it is, but I mean, sometimes it's not either, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it depends. Like, what it really come down to, man.
One thing you can't do, people, you can't not imagine not existing. I bet you can't do that.
Like, at the end of the day, man, it really come down to like, is it really worth it? Like, man, like people, like you look, man, people like to poke and prod and try to get people to do things and try to get people to say this and try to get this out of people. But sometimes, like, yo, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, we love organic shit, but we don't like an organic process.
Thank you for it, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
We love organic shit, but we don't love organic processes.
That was a good one, bro. That was a good one, man. Yo, man, we got literally 4 minutes left, bro. So, you know, yo, leave the comments, everybody. You got anything you want to leave the comments, everybody? Somebody just left a comment. They said, why didn't you come in the video?
Who left the comment? I'll jump in the video real quick. What up, everybody?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I'll be honest with you. Like, probably on my channel when I make a video, obviously, because I'm be talking to the camera, I'll be on the camera. But like, it really ain't so much about my face being out there, bro. It's really about people just learning. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really ain't that deep. But you know, I mean, would I like to get recognized for it? Sure. But right now, I just wanted to talk. I wasn't really trying to do all that. But ultimately, this is the thing I would say. Like, really question. Like, yo, keep shit simple. Like, remember, genius is in simplicity. Like, keep shit simple. Like, really ask yourself, the shit that I'm fighting, do I need to fight it? You know what I'm saying? And always remember that everything is a process. You came into existence through a process. You're gonna go out through a process. So you can hate processed food and process this, and then ask yourself, since you love organic stuff so much, why is it that you try to rush the results of everything you do in your life is positive?
I just wrote something like that down. So I'm gonna end this video with this, y'all. Life is what you make it. That's the name of the channel. You already know. Life is what you make it, and I'm about to show y'all something that I do with my brothers all the time, because I don't know if it's ever going to get recorded. And it's easy for me to do it because I can just tap into it because I mean it. So I'm about to just give y'all a little small preview of something he actually see me do regularly, and something I do regularly with all my brothers. Yeah, this is something I think that y'all should do with people that's in y'all life, you know, people that's up there here. Like, you could find value and a love to fill a book for everything. From the king to the peasant, you could talk about them in a good way in a book. So I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek of what I do.
Oh, by the way, at least some comments. I want to see what people got to say. I want to see what everybody else's thoughts is. You know, I feel it's a little weird to me and you having a conversation, we talking to everybody, but I kind of want to hear what everybody else got to say. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like me and you at a dinner table. We have a dinner. Me and you talking. Everybody else just sitting there looking. Like, I want to hear what everybody else's insights is on it.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear what y'all got to say. Like, and you know, when you leave your comment, if you want, leave a time where the shit was said in the video. But this is what I do. Yo, Mike, bro, I fucking love you, dude. For real talk, man. I'm real grateful that we chose to, like, you know, make this agreement and, you know, manifest in this life together, my dude. Because, my dude, you put me on to everything, bro. When my marriage was going in shambles, bro, you was there. You know what I'm saying? You was there the whole time. I was wasting all my minutes. I was getting my minutes, bro. I was losing some shit the day I got them.
Facts. Big facts.
With the whole 29 days stressing. Anyway, yo, you held me down do my marriage, bro. That's real shit, man. I really appreciate that. Hey, bro, you put me on to everything, bro. Like, like I'm currently working on 2 businesses right now, everybody. And the only person that ever really talked to me about business directly, for real, not for real, but for real. Because there's probably only 2 other people that talk to me about business, maybe just one. But for real, this dude, like, yo, man, it's easy to make money. No, man, I'm just telling you, bro, because and then it's that, and it's right there, and people just don't. It's right there, and then also I got this other thing in the bag, like this. All you gotta do, bro, it's easy to make a web. All you gotta do is do that, and then it's right there. All right, you go on Amazon, you go there, and you get all of that for this price, and then you put it there, and then they gonna be like, because look at that, compare this and that, and I'm like, dang, bro. And then he talk about like, bro, if you make your music videos, bro, when you make your music videos, I'm gonna make sure that this drink pop up there, and it's gonna be the first thing there, I bet you, because I know this, and then it's gonna work this way, and then if you just link it all together, bro, bro, you got like 30 days where you just gonna be there. And I'm like, what? I'm like, bro. So he put me on a business. So thank you, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Because if it wasn't for that, bro, I wouldn't be driven. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? This dude, you put me on the spirituality, bro. Like I could just say that every day for real, bro. Because it's a blessing. Ask Emily, bro. Like I'm so grateful that I'm not in the Matrix, bro. I'm so grateful. I just was watching the Matrix, bro. Like the the shit.
I just kind of want to watch the journey again.
I watched it with you. The shit turned my stomach when the dude was like, I want to make me important, like an actor. I was like, God damn, I don't want to remember nothing.
I want to jump in and say one thing real quick, right? And just look at this shit, right? Like a Matrix, right? Like Matrix paradigms is kind of the same shit, just a Matrix is a little bit more systematic on a bigger scale, right? Paradigms are more, it's like your internal matrix, your internal framework for how you operate. Don't get trapped in a conscious matrix. Because being conscious can make you just as dumb as being unconscious. Not that anything is really dumb, but just, y'all get what I'm trying to say. Like, intelligence, let's not even say intelligence, wisdom doesn't come from being able to like say this is wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. Like it's balanced, bro. That's the thing I would tell y'all, man. Like really, everything that everybody asks you, everybody tell you, just like think about that shit. Don't just accept it because it's different than what you've been hearing. It sounds amazing. It sounds deep. It's got shock value. It's this, is that. Like really think. Like a lot of people that's conscious. It's just the same as going to church. Like y'all just go by what y'all spoon fed. Think. Like really think. Digest that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was eating food, you wouldn't keep pumping food into your body. You would take a break and let it digest. Let the shit you learn digest and really reflect on the shit and think about it. Because just because something seems amazing and just awe-inspiring, it might not be as deep as the simple shit that you already know. Reflect.
So the dude you put me on the spirituality, bro. You put me on the magic, bro. You put me on the energy, bro. You put me on the secret, bro. These is all the things that I utilize to be who I am right now. And bro, man. Bro, like you big bro.
Man, appreciate it.
You big bro, same bro, little bro. Like, you everything, bro. Like, you big bro, man. Same bro. Teacher, student. Like, bro, like, man, like, you put me on, bro. You put me on, bro. Like, I like to say certain things that paint pictures. Like, you could damn near say that you saved me from being a thinker in the Matrix. Because I always thought outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't know nothing. So, namaste, bro. Thank you. Forever grateful.
Man, same here, man. Like, I feel like I would say that the thing that I got from you, man, is one, just be more open, and then two, man, just like constant, not constant. I'm not trying to exaggerate nothing. Like just constant challenges, bro. Like, dude, why you think like this? Or damn man, this shit aggravated me. Okay, but why do I feel like that about it? So, you know, not on the like big brother, little brother stuff, but just because of the story you told, it's like a little brother like constantly like you just said this, but why that? Why you doing that? Type shit like the fuck, dude? So I mean, I learned a lot too, man. I definitely learned a lot.
Or
So
I feel that. Well, life is what you make it, people. All right. Reporting live from the living room. This is what like the living dining room. If you could see it, you seen it in other videos. Peace.
what the comments looking like.